Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do a quick video update because I spent a lot of time focusing on this training block, preparing for Mohican 100, which is actually this Saturday and Sunday, June 1st and 2nd. I am really looking forward to it, although it's not going to be the race that I was hoping that it was going to be. So I'll explain that in a second. So I was focusing so hard and having an excellent training block. Everything was on point. In April, I did a 50-mile run on the Burning River 100 course with my friend Dan. We just started and we went point to point, and my husband and his wife, they crewed us, and it was great. That was a great run. I did recover from falling. I have a nice little scar on my knee that's like kind of itchy. But anyway, that was all good. So then I think I had like a shorter long run in between that one and then my next 25 miler. And then what happened on that 25 miler, it was so good. I was like missing Ember, my daughter, like crazy during that run, which sometimes happens on my long runs. But anyway, so it was around mile 20-ish. I was coming back. It was trail running. I was coming back, heading towards the vehicle. And I felt like a sharp pain in the top front of my foot, like every time it started like hitting the ground. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that's definitely not good. But I kept going. And then, like the bad mathematician that I am, I got like back to my vehicle and was like, oh, I still have to do another 3 miles. So I, of course, ran around to the trailheads and around the parking lot a whole bunch of times to get in 3 miles. But my foot was still bothering me. So anyway, and then of course the next day was a rest day, and then the day after that, which I believe was a Tuesday, I had 6 miles planned. So I went out and mile 1, good. Mile 2, all right, foot starts bothering me, but then it went away. So mile 3, 4, 5, 6 was all good. But then after that, every single day I was like feeling something. It was like aching or random sharp pains, and sometimes it like increased with movement. Okay, so like I talked with my running coach, Coach Kyle, and we dialed it way back. And we talked, and I did a whole bunch of stuff for my foot. Like, oh my gosh, I could literally do like the biggest list ever of like what helped and what didn't help. And a good bit of the stuff didn't help, but I think like, I don't know, just having good nutrition and using like natural sort of things that I like to do, like CBD salve, so that kind of stuff I think really helps. So I don't take like medications like ibuprofen or anything like that. But so I've found like natural remedies helpful. But again, I don't know where I'm at with my foot. I'm not really sure quite what's wrong with it, because it's still sort of like almost in a similar situation. I don't know. It's really not, it's bad, but it's also not bad. That probably doesn't make any sense, but sometimes running injuries are really weird. So anyway, it was like a week or two ago. I don't even know what day of the week it is half the time because I'm so busy. But so like my foot was good, and I think I had a day where I was nearly pain-free. Well, then the next day I went into the chiropractor because my daughter and I were going to get adjustments, and I was going to get the laser thing on my foot because I remembered whenever I rolled my ankle really badly doing Laurel Highlands Ultra in 2020, that the laser really, really helped my ankle. So I got the laser on the foot. That was good. All right, and then I got my body adjusted, but then he worked on my foot, and he was like doing some stuff, and I was having like just normal discomfort with what he was doing. But then he got out like basically like a massage gun, and he was hammering on my foot and bending it different directions, and I'm yelling and I'm yelling and yelling, and people were probably looking at us. And so like this whole time up until this point, the pain out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like so bad I can't even walk, I was like a 0.5 to maybe a 2 on pain. When the chiropractor was working on my foot, I was at like a 5 or a 6. And I swear to God, it sent me right back, all recovery, like just right back. And now I have 2 other areas of my foot that are hurting on top of the area that was hurting originally. So I'm a little bit furious about it, because you know how much time and effort, money, and all that stuff goes into preparing for 100-milers. Like, it's no freaking joke. And that's, unfortunately, what I've been dealing with every day. So I've been doing as much as possible, not even going on walks. I haven't ran since that day I did the 6-miler, which is just fine because I'm not really going to lose any fitness or anything. So I went from focusing on just my training to now focusing on foot recovery after all of this stuff happened. And I switched from running to just doing more strength work. And the strength work has been really beneficial and has been such a good thing. So that's kind of what's going on. And then like over this last weekend, I was feeling really depressed and worried that I wouldn't be able to like do Mohican. Well, of course, I know like it's stupid to show up with a freaking injury. But I'm rationalizing and thinking, all right, where am I at? What's my new goal going to be? Because originally I was looking at my times and like, okay, I could probably run this race at this time and maybe even try to finish like in a certain place in the women's category. So anyway, threw that plan out the window. You probably saw my pre-race questionnaire, through that, like, that those top 2 goals. Like, no, I'm gonna go for either a finish if the foot is cooperating, or I'm going to just do what I can. And honestly, like, I don't really care that much if I DNF. I just want to go have a nice time, see part of the course, do what I can. I'm going to move a lot slower. Going to take my trekking poles, which I really never, ever, ever, ever use, but I'm going to have them just in case. And that's what it's going to be. So I'm going to show up. I'm just going to put in some miles and see how stuff feels, because I haven't ran in so long, and we'll just see what the foot does. It might ache the whole time. It might go away. I don't know what to expect. It's really nerve-wracking, right? But I'm just going to go out and do what I can. And, if I say I drop out partway and not completely wrecked, maybe I'll volunteer. Or maybe I'll just go sit back at my campsite and drink some beer. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, I just wanted to provide an update. And I'm thinking about making a little packing video, because I started just throwing some clothes in a pile so y'all can see the kind of stuff I like to take with me to these sort of things. I don't know. That's about all I can think of right now. So thanks for listening. It's good to see you. Take care.